Hey everybody, it's Vanessa with Clemons Crafts. I am coming to you finally with the other part of my embossing folder series. I did have to wait on my platform to come in because I had unscrewed it and it was warped and it wore down on the edges. Anyway, it was a completely nightmare. So I have a new platform. I'm going to redo that. Okay, starting over. Hello everybody, it's Vanessa with Clemons Crafts. I am coming to you with the rest of the video for my embossing folder series, and I had to wait on my new platform to come in because I had unscrewed my old platform and it came apart and it was all bent and anyway, it was a nightmare. So I wanted to show you real quick. This is the platform that is recommended with the Sizzix Big Shot here. It is the multi-purpose platform. I did get this on Amazon. Unfortunately, the Hobby Lobby near my home didn't have one, and neither did the Michaels. But that's okay, because I finally got one. But this is what it does look like. It says multi-purpose platform, and of course it has these right here. These are different I guess attachments which are to remain screwed on. Don't unscrew those, not a good idea. So this is for cutting this section, this aqua green light turquoise. You would leave this down if you were doing your thinlits. And also here it says like triplets, which, oh, I don't even know. I'm going to have to look into that. I don't know what those are. I don't have any. I might need one. Anyway, so then you can open this and use this maroon sort of orangey coral color. These are for the textured impressions, which I will be using one of those today. Also, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and show you guys too. You can even put a silicone rubber pad in addition to this and use your die cuts to emboss. And I think that's a really good idea. I'm gonna do one of those for us. And then of course, here is your textured impressions. So basically, this is the part that I needed. I had this standard part, but I had thrown these away because when I unscrewed them and ran them through the Big Shot, the sides of them got all damaged. And of course, then you could lift both of these and use this platform for embossing cards. And also it says here, textured impressions, texture fades. Anyway, so basically what I do is I will, as I'm running things through the die cut, the embossing machine, the Big Shot, what I will do is I'll play around with it. You can get a feel for the Big Shot. The pressure has to be a certain amount before your product will do what it's supposed to do. But if you follow this guide here, primarily today in this video, we will be using this coral colored. So with no further ado, let's get texturizing. Okay, so the two embossing folders that I'm going to use in today's video is Woodgrain by Tim Holtz. And also I have a 3D one. I'm very excited. I just got this and it is called Snowflakes. So I really, really love it. And of course I can go ahead and show you the difference in the thickness here of these. Very, very different. So we will get different results. Yes, I've had a Red Bull. Okay, so let's get embossing. Hello, everybody. Okay, let's get this going. Multi-purpose platform. Ta-da! Screws intact. Very important. All right, so we're going to start following the directions. This is right here. It shows you this is for die cutting, but that's not what we're wanting to do. This is another example for die cutting. That's not what we're wanting to do. It would help if I would keep this in the frame, wouldn't it? What we are wanting to do is right here for embossing. And we are going to follow the directions. So we're going to lift the first flap here. And we're going to be doing most of our work on the coral surface, which is this one. So we're going to lay it in there. All right. And now, according to the diagram, we do need to have our plate here. Nope, I lied. You don't. So according to the directions, what we need is our paper and our folder. So let me grab some watercolor paper, and I'm going to show you guys in a minute why I am using this. This is my favorite brand of watercolor paper, Canson. So I am going to start out, because, you know, remember we went over, oh gee, I don't know what size paper to use. So we're going to use, it appears, 5.5 by 4 1/4. So let me cut that real quick. 5.5 by 4 1/4. Over here with my handy dandy cutter. 5.5. 4 1/4. There we go. All right. So here I am with my paper cut down to size. I'm going to lay it in here. Now, this, as we went over in my newsletter this past week, there is an emboss side and a deboss side. So you have a rough side and a smooth side, okay? And so it doesn't really matter, since what we're going to be doing here, which side is up. So here I have it placed. I'm going to lay this here. I'm going to slide in standard cut little platform there. Oh, okay. So I'm going to edit that out, and we are going to use our platform here. I just bought this today. I wanted a clear one, but they did not have any. I usually do get these off Amazon. Seems to have the best price since Hobby Lobby no longer accepts coupons. So that is where I get the majority. So I am creating a sandwich here. So you have your platform, plate, paper and folder, and another plate. And again, we're doing this on the coral side here. So we're gonna slide it, make sure we do hinge side first. So this opens this way. We're gonna make sure this is the edge going into our machine first. All right, we're gonna roll. I'm so excited. Ooh, it's a little tight, but it's going in. It's going in, guys. Sorry, I didn't think about my camera being on this desk and how it probably just vibrated all y'all's heads. Sorry. All right, so we're gonna open this. Oh, look. Oh my gosh, you guys, check it out. Isn't that beautiful? Oh man, I really love that. Now I have created this before. This is, of course, the Woodgrain embossing folder by Tim Holtz. I have used this folder before with brown paper. It comes out so nice. It's really cool. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so there we are, standard embossing. We are going to use this 3D embossing folder, Snowflake. Now, according to our platform here, we're going to reference that again. These are for our standard embossing folders. Here we have directions for 3D. And if you'll notice with the 3D, you are not going to use a bottom plate. It looks like you're just going to have your platform, the paper, and the folder, and then one plate on top. That's it. Woohoo! All right, let me measure again. I'm going to cut my paper over there. Oh, this one's bigger. Okay, so we've got 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. All right, 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. All right, my other 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. All right, so now we know that's different size. Good to know. All right, so here I am with my cut watercolor cardstock. Again, we have a rough side and a smooth side, and for this particular project, doesn't matter which side is up. We're just going to make sure we have it in there as straight as we can, because I do plan on sending this to a friend of mine, and I want it to look nice. So hinged side first. Here we go. Oh, really quick. Gosh, can't believe I almost forgot this. With the 3D, guys, what you want to do is you want to take your water, your distress sprayer, very lightly, not big deal, lightly spritz like that, okay? Not a big deal. You don't want it soaking wet, but you do want to give it a little bit of moisture. It helps prevent the paper from tearing in such a deeply grooved surface. It'll help us to, and my dogs are over here looking at me like, why is she squirting water everywhere? Oh, you know what? Okay, look. Lesson learned. You do. Okay, see how this says, oh no, you don't need a bottom plate? Well, you saw I just tried. It didn't go through. So yeah, we're gonna add, actually, nope, that was my mistake. Okay, so I'll have to edit that crap out. So anyway, so to do the embossing folder with 3D texture impressions, you will just need the bottom platform, your folder and paper, and then a top plate, okay? Because I'll show you what you do. If you try it without the top plate, it's just gonna slide in there and not do a very good job. So we're gonna go ahead and add this top plate to make it like a sandwich here. We're going to squeeze it through, and you do have to kind of hold it, a little bit of force there. All right, get our workout in. Sorry about the camera shaking again, you guys. All right, let's see the magic. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, fun, fun, fun. Okay, so gonna lay this over here because now comes my favorite part. We're gonna decorate this thing. All right, get some of that dust off there. All right, so the color I am using with this is Faded Jeans, Tim Holtz Distress Oxide. The reason I'm using Oxide is because I'm going to be adding a little bit of water to our make today. If I did not want that effect, you could use ink, would be fine. So here we go. Let's get our handy dandy wax paper, which is readily available. All right, we're gonna take this paper. Okay, now we are going to take this Distress Oxide pad and we are going to lightly skim over the surface like this. I don't know if you guys can see that. How nice. Let me zoom in a little bit here. All right. So it's going in very nicely here, just very light over the top, over the surface, just a little bit. Very cool. Now, you see how that brought the details out. And I did get this particular idea from Kath Stewart. I love her tutorials. She's a Tim Holtz maker. So bam, bam, look at that. And we're gonna let that run just a little bit. Maybe add some more here. We're gonna let that run to get that effect. Look at that. Now you have a very nice background for a very distressed card here, if you like that look. Of course, you're more than welcome not to add the water and just leave it as is, but I am a big fan of all things Kath Stewart, and I love the way this looks. Love it, love it, love it. So this is why I used watercolor cardstock. Now let me go on to the next project we're going to do with these embossing folders. Okay, the next little project I wanted to do with these embossed pieces, we are going to add some color to this wood grain, and I'm going to be using Tim Holtz Vintage Photo Distress Oxide or ink, either one. You could even use acrylic paint. I've seen a lot of people do this technique with acrylic paint, where you would have a little puddle of paint and you would run your brayer through it and get a very nice even coat. But as some of you know, my Madeline does paint wall art for my shop. I have like 4 pieces in here to get listed, and she takes all my acrylic paint, so it's fine. We are going to just improvise here, and it's like just use what you have. Isn't that what we tell everyone? Use what you have. So I'm just simply adding some Oxide to my brayer here. Roll, roll, roll. Okay, I won't say. And we're going to lay this flat here, as flat as it will go. It does have a little bend to it, and we're just going to roll over the surface here. I don't know if you guys can see how nice that's coming out. Roll that over. Isn't that nice? Bam. Another finished piece. And this looks very, very good. As you can imagine, you could even use a piece of brown paper and add white to it. That would look really nice too. Okay, another technique I was going to show you is with acrylic paint and a brayer and embossing folder. And again, what we're going to do, I've already been practicing a little. In other words, I messed one up, so now we're going to hopefully get it right. But anyway, the paint that I'm using is Deco Art Extreme Sheen in Sky Blue Topaz. I love that color. And we're going to put our paint down here, but what I did not do a moment ago is I got it way too thick on my brayer. So what we're going to do, we're going to run it on here and just make sure, and again, this is why I love working with wax paper. We'll just make sure we don't have any extra thick parts. And then we're going to take our folder, and on the flat side, not the raised side, but on the flat side, we're going to apply our paint. I believe right here is my flat side because this is really bumpy. So let me grab another piece of waxed paper here. We're just going to braid this. We're going to just lay it. I need a little bit more paint here. Whew. Brayer's squeaking. Okay. Maybe just add a dab more paint to it. Not much. Such a messy thing, but it's so fun. Okay, fold that up again. Get all that excess off. Fold it up again. Get rid of the excess. Okay. And again, we're just going to go very light over here. Okay. I see right there. I don't want that in there, so let me wipe that out. Okay, then we're going to take our Big Shot here. This time I'm going to make sure I have it turned the right way. And again, we are working with the coral side, 1 plate. I've already cut my paper here. We're going to lay it down. Again, hinge side first. And then we're going to have our top plate. Line it all up and run it through. Try not to make the desk jerk so much this time. And then when we pull it out, let's see what it looks like. Oh, very cool. Do you guys see that? I love this. Very, very nice. So I hope you guys have had fun. It's a short little tutorial on the panels that we've made today. So you have a variety of little techniques you can use, and I hope that you will check out the rest of my channel. Please like and subscribe. It'll really help me out. My goal is to get 1,000 subscribers so I can do lives on here with everybody. I appreciate all your support. Have a great night. Hello, you guys. I decided, you know what, this video can't end. I gotta show you. I gotta show you what we do with the final result of our little embossings. Or is that right? Embossing papers. Anyway, so this is a little pre-made card here that I have cut down this panel, and then I trimmed down our embossed panel here so that we can, ta-da, make a card. But I need to add some brown into the background here. And this is a card that I found the design on Pinterest, and it's made by the Mocket. And it's just, I guess the little lady's name is the Mocket. She's got 254 followers, which I'm following her now. And if you guys enjoy this distressed look, she has some really cute makes on her Pinterest. Okay, so to begin, I'm going to show you guys how I add some of the distressed, background just a little bit. So, let me show you. I have Distress Oxide Ground Espresso. Ta-ta! And I have my water somewhere. Lord, where did I put my little squirt? There it is. All right, come here. Now we're going to put this underneath just in case there's excess moisture. I don't want to make a little puddle. So I'm going to make a little smooshy, and then I'm going to add some water to this. Then I'm going to take our handy dandy panel, and I'm going to just, boop. Oh look, I splashed all over. That's fine. It'll add to the interest of the other panels that now got. Okay, so there's that, and then let's do a little bit more right there. Oh, so perfect. So perfect. I'm gonna just tap, 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 kind of get some of that tap, 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 excess off there. Kind of looks like the coffee ground or coffee dyed paper, I think is very popular. I'm gonna get that a little bit darker right there at the top. Yes, that looks good enough for me. And I'm just gonna throw this away. Let me wipe up where I splashed over here. God. And this is the awesome thing about distress, is like you can just get you a little snippy. Now see, this is why I bought a splash box. I think I did a video on that the day I got it. Let me show it to you, because I had a friend of mine ask, what in the world is this? See, just a little box. Isn't it cool? Got it I believe off Amazon. Splat box. See, I should have ideally set my card in here, and then I wouldn't have had that spray hit the rest of my desk. Anyway, okay, hindsight's 2020. And now we are going to get busy. I wanted to show you guys too real quick how I organize. So I have these little 99-cent boxes, and I did just a little cover there, and then inside I have like all my brown, ink, Distress Oxide. Oh, I'm gonna need this because it's like dedicated to that color. And then, oh wait, I also have a smaller one. Let me grab that one too, just in case. So I can put up my little boxes over here, and I always know like where that stuff is. And then here's my blue one. So I have like a ton of blue stuff. Blue and green, for some reason, that seems to be the most supplies that I have. So I'm gonna put those back up over here, and that way I just keep everything tidy and put up, and I never have to wonder where I put something. Okay, so now carry on. I'm going to get me another. I go through wax paper quite a bit, you guys, seriously do. Okay, ta-da. Good. Now I think what we're going to do is go ahead while this is drying and just go ahead and distress a little bit of my pieces. Now I've already cut some of these out. This is the Thinlits die cut set Christmas cutouts by Tim Holtz. I love him so much. Oh, and then I'm going to bring my Oxide over here. Now we're going to go ahead and distress the moon here a little bit. I'm going to use this smaller thing, and I just kind of come in on the side a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect, just kind of want it to be distressed around the edges. All right, yeah, fine, it's fine. There we go. That looks better. All right, so that part's done. And then I'm going to get some of the trees here. I'm going to go ahead and dye these colors. Let's see, it looks like on the bottoms here. So we'll just get these a little bit. And of course, to make it darker, you can just kind of do this little jazz number. And I'm going to get the bottom of this one, which has a little bit of splatter on it already. Well, good. And there's that. Get that real good there. And I'm going to do this one a little darker. There we go. And then I'll get this one. Just barely kind of tapping it. Tap, tap. Just getting it a little bit there. All right, so now we've done our little trees here. And I'm going to get one of the tall houses. Actually, it looks like, yeah, let me grab this one. And just get that done. This is one of my favorite things to do. Distress all these edges. I just love this look. And I was so happy. I remember when I was crafting in the 90s and we didn't have this stuff. So it's really nice when he came out with this. And as I understand it, there's quite a bit of science to it too. Like the way they have to really kind of put so much work into the chemicals and whatnot that they add to make it exactly like we love so much. There we go. I'm just going to lightly go over that. Perfect. And then I'll get one of these tall fellas. Here we go. Gonna get the edges of that. What I really like the most about Distress is that it does not have to be perfect. And I remember I was watching one of his tutorials once and he was like, what do we do when we mess up? Add more. I was like, that's great. It doesn't look the way you want it, it's fine. Just keep adding. There we go. Yeah, this one has some splats on it too. From where I got crazy earlier. All right, with the splats. Ooh, I love the way that caught on the edge of the windows there. That's really cool. Isn't that nice? I just love it. Love it, love it, love it so much. Okay. And then, okay, so I embossed a little piece here. It's not the same one we did earlier, but it's wood grain embossed, just like the one that we did. Which is here. But this one, I'm just going to go ahead and add. Oh, look here, it tore. Oh, God, what do we do? That's fine. It doesn't matter because I'm going to have glue everywhere. If you guys hear that snoring, it's my dogs. I have 4 dogs total. And I love them. I would have more, but my husband said, if I bring home one more dog, he's leaving. So I thought I better put a hang on, quit bringing them home. But I do love dogs. Wish I had a big old farm. I would just have a ton of them. I especially like rescuing adult dogs because, you know, a lot of times they're the last pick, like at shelters. Not a lot of people want the adult dogs, but I really love them so much. And I like that they're already potty trained. I mean, most of the time. I did have to work with Charlie for a little bit right after we got her, but otherwise she's fine. Now she's fine. She's got some health issues that we're just taking care of her through that. All right, and then we're gonna dye this one down a little bit. Yeah, I love that. I want a little bit of the white to show through, but not too much. Just gonna kind of see if I can't fix that. There we go. D, 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 D. And then the E. Oops. I guess that E could be any which way you wanted it, really. D, 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 D. Except backwards, of course. All right. I'm going to make this one a little darker around the bottom. Gosh, I just love this. And here's another one. Cool. There we go. I'm already wondering if I should edit this when I get done, like speed it up or what. Kind of neat to see that though, and the videos are sped up really fast. All right, and then I'll get my C here. Well, now, how am I going to get the inside of that C? I'll show you. Just take it and do the best we can. Oh, that was funny. That worked out. It's like the perfect size. I couldn't do that again. That's really neat. I'm just going to get the bottom of this a little bit more. There we go. I am a real big fan of die cuts. I've always enjoyed having and using the die cuts. And I do remember when they first came out, I was like, I would not do that because it's not real scrapbooking. Like, I would never just put things that, you know, are so perfectly cut like that in my crafts. And now it's like most of everything I make has die cuts in it. And I'm going to check my panel. Oh yeah, it's drying very well. And I like to just kind of distress the edge of that. I really do believe that doing the edges like this really makes your panel stand out from the rest of the card. It just adds, and you know, most people looking at the card don't even notice that it's, you know, distressed on the edges. It just makes the eye travel so nicely across, and yet makes the panel defined, helps it stand out. Draws the eye. Yes, that's the fancy thing. Draws the eye. All right, there we go. Let me see if there's any other pieces. I'm just going to kind of darken that up a little bit. And this down here, just a hair. And then this little area up here. Just kind of make it a little bit darker, a little bit more different, I guess. Yee! Okay, now we're going to do the blue. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I have a little dauber for blue. I'll have to look, because I do want to make sure I keep the colors from being mixed up. Let me grab my blue box and see if I already have a little dauber, or what do you call it, sponge applicator. I don't know what is the real word for that. I do not. Because I actually just started doing that. I just started making my own dedicated, you know, little dauber for the colors, because I used to just let whatever be whatever. Some of the daubers I don't like. Some of them I do. There's all kinds out there, just everywhere. Like, I keep this little glass container, and it has different ones. Like, I'm not very familiar with these. You know what? We should just try it, because they came in a kit of many different things. I do like these. I've used these before. They're pretty good too. Actually, I think I'm just going to use that one. Look, I'm going to use these eventually. I just got to figure it out. Oh wait, do I have another wood? I do, another wood one right here. These, I prefer these over all the other kinds. Oh, plus I already have, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna dedicate this will be my blue. Oh, and I want to show you, I've never used these before, but I just got them the other day at Hobby Lobby, and they are domed. I don't know if you can see that, but they're more domed at the top instead of so rounded. So I'm curious to try that. All right. I wonder what else I have in this box over here. Oh, I've got a lot more daubers. Holy moly, I've got like, okay, all right. Let's see. Ooh. I'll use this one. Look, I got a ton more of these. Okay, I'm excited now. All right, it's interesting what you find if you just look for it. Anyway, all right, so we're going to begin with our little panel. Oh, and I'm using the Faded Jeans. Wonder if I should turn this where you guys can see a little better. I don't know if I'm in close enough. I hope I am. Who knows? Who knows? And I like to just kind of see what we've got going on here. I'm going to add just a little pop of these. Ooh, make that star, or that snowflake stand out star. Good Lord. Okay. Yeah, that looks really cool. I'm really happy with that. And then I'm going to go ahead and do one of my houses. Is already blue. Oh, you know what? I didn't, while I had my brown out, I should have distressed the sides of this, but I didn't. Well, let me fix that. Hold on. I'll go ahead and do that real quick. Cha-cha-cha. Yeah, well, I definitely want these to be sort of blended in. Oh, look, phrase. Oh, I hate those little paper things that stand out on the edge of a die cut. I call them phrase. I'm not really sure what the technical word is, but probably not a technical word for it. I'm just thinking too much. All right, there, I'm gonna leave that like that. Then I'm gonna get this. This is so fun. I haven't actually been able to just sit and make a card in a very long time. Several weeks, I think. Which I'm not complaining, because thank you all for ordering from my shop. It's done so much better than I ever would have imagined. And I'm making so many friends. Like, everybody in the crafting community is so nice. I mean, you know, and, you know, people with their own channels and their own Etsy stores, like, support you and reach out and, you know, message you, and just very, very nice community. I had no idea that it would be like this. Way better than I thought. So really, really nice. All right. Chat. Is that brown? Yeah, I'll keep those over there. All right, so now, you know, I wonder. Now, I'll go ahead and assemble the panel first before I adhere it to the actual card, because I've definitely went through the trouble to make this elaborate card panel and have it turn out really wrong. But if it's already stuck to the card, you're like, oh no, you just can't really just take it off. So I'll just do my panel first. Okay, I'll use my Barely Art glue, and there they are, my tweezers. You guys, I really need to like get a new pair of these, but I've had them a long time. They're very nice. All right, so we will begin. Let's do this actually first. I like to just lay it out and see maybe where I need to put my letters. You know, for some reason, I have an extra tree. Not sure why. And I also love this because, you know, you wouldn't necessarily have to lay these out exactly perfect and exactly straight. You know, it's very nice because of the design. Let me make sure this is going to come out. Yes. I was watching a video earlier today, and the lady said she uses hot glue for everything. I think she was making paper flowers. And I could see, I know Marimi from Marimi's Small Art, she uses hot glue quite a bit. But I don't think you would need to for this small, something this small. Yeah, the video I was watching earlier today was Creative Fabrica. They made little flowers out of one of their kits, digital kits. It was really pretty. It was poinsettias. Poinsettias. Not sure how you say that. And that little tap, when I'm tapping it on the side, that's mostly just getting big globs, you know, big globs of glue off, so that when you lay it on your project, you don't have glue leaking out around the edges. Around the edges there. Oops. You know what? I went through all that trouble to get like a dauber and everything for blue, and I honestly don't even think I'm going to need it. That's so funny that I did that, but whatever. Okay, very groovy. I feel like it needs to be a little bit more, whoa. My little torn piece is barely hanging there. Yeah, I'm going to add a little bit more dark here. Yeah. There we go. That looks better. All right, and now we'll take our little moon, which I hope I have enough color or distress on him. I hope I've made him look grungy enough, you know? Like even those marks like that. I mean, it just, the way distress works, I mean, it's so nice. There's like no way you can do it wrong. It's for everyone. And I love that. I also like the cute little simple cards. I am learning, kind of practicing making digital cards, and I've noticed that people mostly like the really simple images on those. Let's see, I'll put this in the front, this sort of back here, and this here. Gonna kind of scoot this over a little bit. That's so nice. I thought that maybe my panel was too small, but this seems like it's gonna work just fine. Oh, I do need the blue. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna fix my trees. I'm glad. So I thought I needed blue distress oxide for something. So I'm glad I figured that out. Oh, all right, and then this one will sort of overlap there just a little bit. But I wanted to see where to put my moon. The great debate. Which way? Which way? All right, and we'll just glue our moon on here. I am so excited. I love being on YouTube. This is fun. There we go. I really like it when I get a new subscriber. Just the idea that people would like my stuff enough to even subscribe, it just blows my mind. I love it so much. Then we're going to glue our big Mac Daddy panel on. And you know, you could use like actual adhesive tape for that part instead of glue if you wanted, because I believe it's flat enough to hold the tape without any problem. And then I just like to make sure that's lined up, even though this isn't a card that you have to worry about being perfect. But there we go. And now, before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and add the blue distress here to our trees. Oh, I had my tree upside down. Hello. I don't think it cares. All right, we'll get this a little bit. Well, okay. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened, but it just quit recording on me for no reason. I heard a beep, and then that was it. It gave it up. It said, I'm done. I've quit recording this nonsense talking. All right, so there. Added some blue. I'm going to add some blue on here, and there's some more, what do you call them? Frays, which I don't like. So if you ever order from my shop, I make sure all those frays are gone. I can't stand them. Nope, nope, nope. All right, so let's do this one. The last blue tree. Go. There we are. I think it looks good with a little bit of white showing through on the tree instead of the whole thing being blue, but all right. And look, I have some little remnant tree that I'll probably end up using on the inside of the card. Would be a good idea. Very cool, very cool. Now I'll take a little bit of brown that I had and kind of dip, 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 dip. There we go. Awesome. Okay, now go back over here, and we got to get all this glued on. So let me start here with, I'll go ahead and start with this tree here. I'll just glue it about right there. And I like this card too. I really am impressed with the design that she has. There's no grass on the bottom. That's even better. Less is more, right? There we go, and get all that goopy off. Because the one thing you do want to keep in mind when you're using Distress Oxide is that sometimes if you have glue, which of course has water on it, it will remove the oxide. It won't move the Distress Oxide, and then you won't be able to see it. So, you know what? Let me do something. Let me see something. That blue on that tree just blends right in. So I'm going to get, aha. Let me just see something. Let me just see if I can't bring that blue out just a little bit. Now this is blueprint sketched, so I just want to, since I've already put that down there, aha, that does add a little bit more of a pop to the tree. It makes it stand out just a little bit. And now that I did that one there, let's put a little bit on these trees as well. Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. I mean, it's just almost not visible, but it is. Oh, you guys, I'm so sorry. My light has been out. I am not sure how long that has been like that. Oh, it's one thing I can't stand is these videos that are like really dark. Drives me nuts. Oh, ha, ha, that added so much more light. Very nice. I wonder how long was that out? Who knows? Okay, enough. Dibbly dabbly. Let's get this thing glued. Okay, now we are going to add the blue. Let's see, a tall white and a short white one. We're going to have those back here with a blue right here. So we need to plan carefully. We'll do this one first. Yeah, that glue, it being water-based, it will just take the oxide right off. So I always try not to leave big puddles. There we go. My goodness, my dogs are just all into their nap time over here, which is basically all they do, besides eat. They do eat quite a bit. All right, and then this one we're gonna have about right here, so I'll just put it. They eat and they chase things, including rabbits, which makes me kind of sad, but ooh, I got glue on my hand. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Okay, now this will be here. Oh, look, got glue on that, but thank God it will dry clear, so I'm not gonna worry. And I really like adding different heights here. It sort of gives a dimension to the buildings. There we are. Now, make sure that's down. And now I'm gonna go ahead and add one of the trees to this other edge down here. Yes, take you, buddy. Time to shine. I have so many cards to get made before, you know, so many. There we have it. One finished Christmas card made with the embossed. Okay, and next week, hopefully, I will be able to make a video on embossing with die cuts, which means we'll use this little rubber mat, and then you take a die cut and you can emboss with any die cut you have using this here little handy dandy. And so I'll probably do that next week. But on the 1st of every month, 8 o'clock on my Facebook, I do a giveaway. And this month we're having, it's a giveaway of a craft bundle on the 1st of every month. And these are just some of the items that will be in that bundle for December 1st, 8 o'clock. Just a few things I picked up, and I found this is like my favorite embossing folder, so I wanted to share that as well. So I hope you subscribe, and you all have a very good night. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye. And I'm just going to redo that because I don't know how it came out. Okay, haha, you thought I was done. Okay, y'all, I wanted to show you, this is my Tennessee lighting because I don't have a light box thing. Yeah, so look what I did. Ta-da! Isn't it glamorous? Look, it's craft string tied to this light that I got for free. Yes.